guys.
Hi everyone.
Welcome back
to episode 6. Yo soy Jessica.
Yo soy Mariela, and this is
Chisme O'Clock with my sister. All right.
Hi guys, hope you guys are good.
Yes, thank you guys for tuning in. Otro episodio más. Este episodio me da un poquito de nervios because a mí me da miedo todo. But I think this is going to be a fun one. We are going to talk about Historias Paranormales. And I think that más de alguna vez nos ha pasado algo que nos preguntamos like, what was that?
A mí no.
Really?
Yes. And
Okay.
I always say, yo le pido a Dios el día que me asusten, I hope he takes me because that's...
You're not going to make it?
No. I mean, I feel like random things, but not ghost things. You know what I mean? Like, eso me pasó todavía.
I lived something when we were younger.
Okay.
You were a baby, actually.
How old were you?
Maybe like 6.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when I was maybe like 16, I was still living at home. Like 16. I remember something too, but
Tell us.
I know. Okay, so I'll start with the one when you were little.
Okay.
So when Mariela was little, we used to live in a place in Guate que se llama Amatitlán. And we used to live in this gorgeous, humongous white home. Like, it was a huge house, and it was just mom, you, and yo. So it was a beautiful house, and in the backyard, we had like a fila of matas de Savila. Like all throughout the backyard. Dude, and every single night, and yeah, I was like 6 years old. Every single night salía like a little iguana y caminaba todo alrededor de la pared que había para dividir la otra casa, right? And there was like a flashlight following it. So every single night salía la iguana. But moving on, that's not the scary part. One time, yo me acuerdo, and it's funny porque es similar a una de las historias que recibimos. Una vez, yo me recuerdo, and you can ask mom, we used to hear la llave del agua del baño, like la regadera encenderse. And we would hear it, and it was just the two of us, like there was no one else. So one of Dad's brothers tiene 3 hijas, and one of them came to sleep over, and ella fue al baño, and she said that while she was in the bathroom,
oh my God.
Bro, they turned on the water. Dude, that woman salió corriendo del baño. And dude, we moved out after like a month.
I never heard that before.
No, yeah. It still gives me chills because I have the vivid memory de que, you know, like algo pasaba. Yo no entendía like completamente qué es lo que estaba pasando.
Oh my God.
But it was weird. But it was a gorgeous home, like rich people home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a gorgeous home, pero and I
Where
guess
was
la
it?
rentaron. No, it was in Amatitlán.
Oh, really?
I guess la rentaban barata, maybe. I don't know, but
oh my God.
yeah, that shit was crazy.
That's what they say. When you buy a very cheap home, you have to.
Yeah, but it was a gorgeous home. Like yo me
something's going
acuerdo, y la casa era toda blanca, and it was huge. Like really, really pretty. It was a gorgeous house. And then ya no me acuerdo. I think, you know, people told mom stuff like after we moved out. But stuff, just crazy. And then I remember una vez que, and this was here, yo tenía como 16, I guess, entre 15 y 16, and I was laying in mom's bed. I was watching TV, and you know how mom's bed, well, no, la tenía diferente antes, right? So mom's bed was here, and then the stairs, like you could see from the steps. So I was watching TV, and you know when you feel like someone's watching you? I felt that someone was watching me, and I thought it was you or John, and I was like, dude, and I jumped from the bed to like hit you guys, and there was no one there.
Oh my God.
But I literally saw that someone was watching me, but I couldn't tell if it was you or John. But that was definitely scary.
Did you tell anybody?
Yeah, I think I went downstairs and I told Mom, and then
I remember. Do you remember? But I think it's because I remember they used to rent to people, and I feel like a veces la gente tiene esa energía, or sometimes things follow them, you know. But I do remember.
That's true.
Do you remember when, I think you were still living there, when they would say that en la noche they would turn on the water of the sink in the house?
Yeah.
Como que alguien estaba lavando trastes, and then
there was nobody there.
But then once the person moved out,
then it stopped. I mean, it could be like alguien que lleva una, I guess, un alma lo sigue or something like that. Dude, I truly believe in that.
Me too. 100%.
I truly believe that there are ghosts, that there is an afterlife, and something, because
there's good spirits and bad spirits.
Absolutely,
too, you know?
100%. And it's scary. It's really scary. But we reached out to you guys que nos mandaron sus historias, and we actually got some really good stories. So thank you guys for sending those. I'm gonna be reading the stories y vamos a comentar, about las crazy cosas que les han pasado, because, like I said, más de alguien ha vivido algo, ha visto algo, because there's stuff out there.
There really is.
So this is our first story from one of our viewers. Y ella dice: cuando tenía de 4 a 6 meses de embarazo, empecé a experimentar cosas raras. Al principio no le ponía mucha atención, pero con el tiempo se puso más intenso. Y comencé a escuchar pasos durante la noche en el pasillo para llegar a mi cuarto.
I'll move out.
For real. Dicen que cuando una mujer está embarazada, like, something about your soul, because you're carrying like a baby.
You know what I used to, yes.
Yeah, dicen que like como el espíritu de la mujer está
débil,
right? O sagrado or something like that. Anyway, let me finish it.
Okay.
Dice, siempre escuchaba los mismos pasos y un día me asusté demasiado porque comencé a escuchar como que alguien arrastraba una cadena entre los pies, siempre a la misma hora, de 12 a 12:30.
Oh my God.
Bro. Le hablé a mi esposo y se levantó a revisar. Revisó los cuartos y la sala y no había nada.
Hell no.
Oh my God. Un día salí al baño como a las 3:15 de la madrugada. Cuando estaba a punto de salir del baño para regresar a mi cuarto, escuché una risa como de una niña pequeña afuera de la puerta y me dieron muchos escalofríos. Se me puso la piel chinita. Salí y no había nada. Cuando iba en camino a mi cuarto, vi como una sombra de una niña de 6 años que cruzaba del baño al cuarto de mis niñas y me asusté mucho. Revisamos, pero las niñas estaban dormidas y no había nada. Regresé a la cama y no me podía dormir. Luego escuché como si un niño corriera del baño al cuarto de las niñas y otra vez revisamos y no había nada. Esta es solo una de las muchas experiencias que me ha pasado desde que quedé embarazada.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I have chills.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. And mucha gente creo que escucha niños o...
Yeah, I wonder why.
And, esta es solo una suposición mía, right? Y yo creo que, desafortunadamente, right? Hay muchos niños que se mueren y yo no sé, a veces se lo roban o desaparecen y sus almas no están descansando. So, that could be like...
That's freaking crazy.
But that's so scary. Yo echo agua bendita, rezo el rosario.
Because... what's the saying? It's like, la sangre de Cristo.
For real, porque
burn some sage, girl, you know.
Yeah, burn some sage. Well, that too.
Yes,
you know, a mí me da, you know, I think you gifted me some sage, yes. And it's still in my house because yo escuché que cuando quemas sage, you can also wake up spirits.
Yes. And you know, there's a lot of things. Remember, I think or maybe you bought sage for yourself.
Yes.
And I told you, don't burn it.
Yes.
You know, son bastantes creencias and everybody's different. But I feel like
Uno nunca
like,
sabe.
You know what?
Yeah.
Vamos a evitar, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I gifted you some, but then, and I was gonna have somebody buy me one and then buy some, you know what I mean? Like, just trade. And then I was looking into it, and it's like, okay, you have to...
Like, do you really want to open, like, ese portal con espíritus que you don't know if they're good or bad? Like,
you know, and then I feel like... And I mean, I know maybe this is not true. Like, if you burn sage, then teach me, because, you know, they're like, you can open portals and... You know, like good and good and bad, but you have to know how to do it. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
And I don't know how to do it, so I'm not gonna risk it. Porque, like I said, a mí sí me da miedo todo eso. Like, so
you know
scary.
What they say? Like, I feel like if I do it, I'm gonna
do it wrong. Yeah.
No, and I'm gonna be the example
of what not to do.
Yes. So
no.
I'm like, you know what? Mejor.
Yeah, mejor no.
Yeah.
You know, mejor rezas y pones tu agua bendita, because I truly believe in agua bendita.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like 100%.
I think I told you, right, when we first moved into the house, like here, you know, uno nunca sabe.
Wait, is it scary? Because it's scary because I'm here right now. Okay.
No, I wouldn't be here if it was scary. No, but you know, uno nunca sabe qué ha pasado.
Yes.
You know, I was like looking at the house, and I think it was built in the 1970s. Something. Like, I went that deep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't know qué ha pasado. You know, like, people are crazy. You know, people go through. And I'm like, uno nunca sabe, right?
Uno nunca sabe.
So I put cameras outside, adentro. You know, like, because of the kids, you know.
Yeah.
And then I remember, yo me voy a dormir bien tarde most of the time. So I remember I would be on the, you know, like, looking at the freaking black screen, and then I was like, vamos a ver si no me sale algo aquí.
You're so stupid.
You know, because when you move into a house, you know,
you don't know what,
you never know
what has happened there.
And then, you know, thank God, like, we're going into 3 years, I think, right? And thank God, hasta hoy, gracias a Dios. And God, please keep protecting them, because I will freaking die.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a quick story before you go to the next one.
Okay.
Leonardo got into, like, the whole Ghostbuster things, like, he loves it and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me why he would freaking tell me there was a ghost in the window.
Oh my God.
And I had run out of agua bendita, and I told mom, like, I always go to mom to get me agua bendita because she always has some. And then I was like, but I didn't tell her because I didn't like. So then, I mean, I was like, I started to, I know, like, you're supposed to do like la cruz, thing, right? And then he's like, Mom, like, there's a ghost in the window.
Oh my God.
Holy crap. And I'm like, please don't tell me that. And we were by ourselves, you know, because I was working. Dude, he was freaking watching YouTube videos of the Ghostbusters, and they were like, oh, like, there's a ghost in the... Because I got him the costume and the vacuum thing, and that's what he was telling me. And then I was like, Benito, voy a dar un traguito de agua. It was like...
Porque uno nunca sabe.
But, you know, like I said, thank God I've never experienced something like that. And I hope I don't, but I know that it's out there.
100%.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely out there. Like almas en pena and all that, 100%. Yeah. I know, I'm a little scared. Our second story is also about a kid. Like, I'm telling you, something about los niños and their espíritus after they've passed, they stick around. So our second story says, when I was younger, we used to live in this big old house, and there used to be a little girl que decían se había muerto ahí en la casa porque se había caído de las gradas. And that's how she died. One night, se me apareció en la noche, asking me if I wanted to play.
Oh, hell no.
I was between 5 and 7 years old at that time, I think. I told her I was gonna go ask my mom. Everyone was sleeping, so I went upstairs. Oh my God, I'm so scared. And asked my mom, and my mom was like, what girl?
Let me go get the Bible, you guys.
It's the middle of the night. And I was like, that girl that's standing in the corner of the room.
Hell no.
Wearing the white dress. And my mom said que ahí no había nada. Then, pocas noches after, my grandma had a dream about the same girl. Oh my God, I'm literally...
I feel something like down my spine.
My mom and grandma and my aunt would always talk about all the scary things that would happen at that house. Some say que aparentemente esa casa pudo ser un cementerio.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my God. And I've been to that house.
Have I been to that house?
You've been to that
Holy
house.
girl.
I've been to the house, and it's a really creepy house. Like, it literally looks like a haunted mansion.
Really?
Yes. It's a,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a little scary. It's a big, like a big farmhouse.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying who sent the story, right? But we've both been there. But, like you said, uno nunca sabe qué pasó en estas casas, like back in the day.
Oh my God.
These are very old houses.
But, like, I literally feel so
I know, I'm
bad.
telling you, it's scary. For real.
I was going to say something.
Mm.
Oh, okay. You know when you said, like, about the kids, because I know it's a lot of the kids that are always asustando, right? Like, what if you say yes? Like,
I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I don't know.
You think it's
Yo
like
no quiero que
pegado
se-
el espíritu or something?
I don't know. And I don't
I
want to
wonder
find
what
out.
happens, like, ¿qué pasa cuando alguien le gana el... Do you remember that thing when they said que si dormías con un peluche or, like, with your toys?
Yeah, but I think that was something Mom made up.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want us to sleep with our toys. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, se los va a ganar el...
Yeah. But,
That's right.
and, like, going back, I think that some people just have that, esa energía.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it follows them. And puede ser que alguien, like maybe like algún espíritu se quiere, quiere dar un
Take over?
mensaje. No, I don't think take over.
Yeah, but if they want to give a message, because see, I've pasado so many years, like, what is the message about, or what do they want?
But maybe they're still trying to get the point across.
You know what I've heard? That cuando alguien te asusta en una casa, like, they're trying to kick you out, like, because that's their... Especially like you said, cuando alguien se muere adentro de una casa, like, that's their home, and aunque hayan pasado 50 years, 60 years, like,
They're
that's still their house, and they want the people to leave.
Yeah. Do you know, did you ever watch that story?
I'm a little scared now.
I know, me too. Did you ever watch that show de la muchacha que hablaba con los people that have passed on? Oh my God, I can't remember the name. But Jennifer Love Hewitt used to be the actress, and she would see, like, people that had passed on. She would be like the messenger, like she would tell people, because in the show, right, and it's a show, people didn't know that they were dead.
Oh my God, really?
Yes. So el espíritu,
like las almas?
Yeah, las almas were just like, what is happening? Like, I'm right here. Why can no one see me?
I wonder if that really happens, like,
I don't know.
In real life. I'm like,
I don't know, but
okay, that's not
all right.
All
right. Our next story. So, nuestra siguiente historia dice: allá por el año 2014, yo cursaba el grado de quinto magisterio. Mi mamá me pagaba bus escolar privado. Íbamos varias de diferentes establecimientos en el bus. Hubo una semana que nos pusimos a hablar todas de cosas paranormales, que según pasaban, pero no creíamos. Una noche, una de ellas empezó a contar que ella escucha y presentía el espíritu de un bebé. A veces escuchaba sus llantos, otras veces su risa, etc. Pero nosotras siempre le decíamos que eran mentiras. Una noche de lluvia en la ciudad capital había mucho tráfico y nos agarró la tarde para llegar a casa. De repente, cuando llegamos a la entrada de Palencia, ella se puso a llorar y dijo, aquí viene el bebé.
Oh my God.
Dude, my skin is like...
Why did it have to be raining? I feel like that makes it even
Todo
worse.
fue tan extraño. Todas nos quedamos viendo las caras y respondí, aquí no viene nadie. Lo único que escuchamos fue como por minuto y medio, fue llantos de un bebé. Todo fue tan extraño. Incluso el chofer del bus nos dijo que nos sentáramos todas bien en nuestro lugar porque se sentía mucho peso en la parte trasera del autobús. Recalco, ese día solo veníamos en el autobús como 5 de las 10 que éramos. Me puse a ver la hora en mi celular y creo que eran las 8:40 de la noche. Para llegar a mi casa nos hicimos como 40 minutos cuando normalmente nos tomamos de 10 a 20 minutos. Todo fue tan extraño.
That is so
crazy. Pero te digo, again, hay gente que tiene, esa capacidad de sentir las cosas y, a veces tal vez la gente no lo dice por vergüenza o porque la gente va a pensar que están locos, but I'm telling you que sí hay gente con ese don de que tal vez, los espíritus ahí se sienten cómodos o, buscan un portal de cómo comunicarse con las personas que todavía siguen en el mundo.
Imagine when you first discover that power that you have, like that.
Yeah, that's gotta be really scary. Like, how do you manage? Like, y cómo aceptas, porque yo creo que eso sería, like something really scary. Like
that's like
como
the
porque
mediums,
yo,
right?
yeah.
You know that guy, the blonde guy that. Like he'll be like walking and then like he starts scribbling on his thing and then like he gets the message.
Yeah. You know cuál medium I feel like she's legit? The Long Island medium. Teresa Caputo.
That's the one we wanted to go see her the other
day,
remember?
And dude, like I watched her show and it looks legit.
Oh really?
Like I'm gonna do our next story, okay? Because we're not doing. Okay. So
no, it wasn't scary what I was going to say.
No, I don't want to. Okay, next story. Okay, so we have another story. So this story says, I started working at a retirement community in early 2023. I had been working there for about 2 months when one night I went to the bathroom and heard someone in the stall next to me. When I was walking out, an old lady was sitting down in one of the resting chairs we have in the corner of the bathroom by the sinks. I vividly remember her sitting with a book in a bright pink walker with the community sticker that only residents get once they live there. And the sticker looked pretty worn out. So she had been there for a while. She asked me how I was and if I had just started working there. And I said, yes, I'm 2 months in. She asked me if I had a family, and I responded, yes. My parents, 2 sisters, and 1 brother. Then she asked me, oh, so no babies? I giggled and said, no, not yet. The lady put her book down, stared at me right in the face, and said, your first baby will be a girl. Not soon, but you will have a girl. And I giggled and said, who knows, maybe. And I washed my hands and said goodbye. I didn't get a name or anything. Then I told my coworker about the interaction and she told me to describe the lady to see if she knew who it was, since I didn't know all the residents' names yet. I described the lady and my coworker pulled a picture book where all the people that have lived there are, dead or alive. And I searched and searched until I saw the lady and pointed her out. She was sitting on a couch with her pink walker and her white fluffy hair, just like I had seen her. I told my coworker, it turns out she had passed away 4 years ago.
Oh, damn.
When I say I got chills, dude, I just got chills right now. When I say I got chills, I got chills. I still worked at the place, and every time I go to the bathroom, I remember the lady. But I never saw her again.
Oh my God.
That was about 2 years ago, and it turns out she was right. I'm expecting my first baby girl in September of 2025. The end.
Oh my God. That's
crazy. That.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a
That's scary.
It is.
But I'm telling you, like, I truly believe that these things, like, do happen to people because, you know, like, como más. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's
But that is scary. But
no, I have to say, all the stories are amazing, but the one that stuck with me was with the little girl.
Yes.
Like
yeah. I'm telling you, hay espíritus y, you know, espíritus buenos, espíritus malos.
Yeah.
Porque sí, you know, like, yo me, like, gracias a Dios, like, nunca hemos experimentado, you know, con un espíritu malo. And I guess con uno bueno, maybe lo que
you know what they say, and I try not to think of it because
yeah, I try not to think of it either because I get really scared.
If you leave your keys there, and it's happened to me. I mean, not often, but a veces, I mean, I don't know if I'm the one that loses them or I just, but a veces I left them right here and they're not there. And they're like, the duendes want to play with you.
Oh my God, yes, I've heard that before.
And you know that they say, like, for them to leave you alone, like, you have to curse them out. And then, cuando uno, you know, obviously no en el instante, right? Pero al ratito, like, you will find the things.
But is like a duende a spirit?
I think so, because you can't really see them, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, like, you know, duendes are like the little
gnomes,
right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know,
guys, but I'm telling you, all these crazy things
Let me tell you a quick story, okay? So it's not my story. I listen to a lot of I don't know what the name it's called, but it's like
a mystery podcast.
Yes, but it's in Spanish.
¿Cómo se llama?
I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up and then I'll tell you. But es de una historia de una señora mexicana, right? And I'm not saying what she did was right because of course not, but there's like she had her reasons too. I feel like obviously she could have done things differently, but
is it scary?
It's not scary, but it's
okay.
Weird.
Okay.
So había una señora that she's cooked tamales.
Oh my God, no! I think I know where you're going with.
What?
We're not gonna talk about that.
It's not scary.
Where she cooked her husband? No, we're not doing that. Yes, dude, I saw that in an episode of Mujeres Asesinas.
Oh, really?
Back in the day.
That is an amazing show.
That was an amazing show, guys. Like, if you can YouTube them. Dude, Mujeres Asesinas.
All seasons.
Bomb, but a little scary.
It's like traumatizing.
It's traumatizing, yes.
El show de la Silvia Pinal, what was that?
Casos de la vida real. Yeah,
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. Yes, I know exactly.
Okay, so you heard the story.
Yes, they literally had an episode in Mujeres Asesinas about that case. Because
and that's crazy that it really
she
happened.
it really happened. Like, she had this horrible life. Vayan a buscarlo. It's literally Mujeres Asesinas, and I think the lady was Carmen Salinas, the one that did that episode.
Oh, really?
I think.
Okay, yeah. But it was in Mexico, right?
Yes. No me recuerdo bien, but that is a great show.
It is, yeah.
And I feel like that show te enseña, like,
not to trust.
Well, yeah, obviously, but not even that. Pero te enseña, like, a whole different, because estas historias are women that, you know, like me and you, mujeres que, you know, like, mujeres normales que things happen, like things happen in their lives and they end up like doing this crazy stuff. But
that's why I said I don't agree with what she did, but like her husband used to be
you guys should watch it. Go watch it. Mujeres Asesinas. I think there's like 3 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, but no, there's a lot more.
Really?
Yeah, like that. Mujeres Asesinas started like we were still living at home. Like,
but it was like you have to watch the original ones.
Yes. But they have
I think
new ones now.
But no, watch the original ones.
Yes.
They were bomb.
They were
like in like scary.
That's like Caso de la Vida. I feel like that show. I'm pretty sure que bastante de ustedes los han visto, and if not, look it up in YouTube because you can find anything in YouTube.
Yes.
But Caso de la Vida Real was a really why were we like 10 watching these things? But you know and I feel like that show, you know, like it really showed you about, you know, everything. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know how to explain it to you, but it was very traumatizing. But it's very good for you to watch. You know, like I still watch it. There was one day, like, but it's they're horrible cases, and
but you know,
yeah,
exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. Like, these are like, como dice el title, Mujer Casos de la Vida Real. Like, this thing.
Acompáñanos a ver esta
triste historia. Yes, because it's really sad that, uno no sabe qué pasa detrás de puertas cerradas.
Yeah, exactly. So. And I was gonna say, this, if you guys have been watching desde el primer episode, we've all, like you mentioned it, like a veces, sometimes like you see in the news, like so this partner killed this partner, or this friend killed this friend, and then like you go on their social media and they have like the most perfect life, and then like you said on the first, I think it was the first or the second episode, and it's like people don't show you what happens, like behind closed doors, like they show you
in
good
social
in their
media,
life,
everything's gonna look perfect.
Yeah.
But
have you seen like all those YouTubers, like
like super successful people
they just
with like millions of dollars y terminan, like doing all this crazy stuff. But I feel like a veces they have so much money
they don't know what to do with it.
And they feel like they can do whatever they want, that they're not gonna get in trouble. Y por eso pasan tantas cosas, because they feel like nothing's gonna happen to them.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, guys.
Oh my God.
It is crazy. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, estas cosas pasan, y yo creo que lo que nos queda es rezar y pedir a Dios y todos tengan un poquito de agua bendita en su casa.
Tómese un traguito
también y reza el rosario, because I'm gonna do it, because after this episode I'm gonna do it because I'm scared, but I think it's cool that we're talking about it, because I'm telling you, like, son cosas que de verdad pasan y a veces no las hablamos por miedo, or porque la gente tal vez no va a creer. ¿Será que de verdad pasó? Yeah, exactly. But thank you guys for sending us your stories, por compartir con nosotras lo que han vivido, lo que han visto, lo que han sentido, porque no siempre se mira, a veces se siente. Yeah. So, muchas gracias por ayudarnos a, con sus historias, a que pudiéramos hacer este episodio. Yes, entonces no se olviden de regresar la próxima semana con un episodio más. Vamos a seguir compartiendo con ustedes y dando más chismecitos, historias y dando la opinión
que no nos pidieron.
Always. Yeah. Anything else?
No. Just don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching, guys.
We'll see you next week. Bye.